This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at CES 2013. I'm joined by Dave Thompson, CEO of Audiofly. Welcome to the program, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Good to see you again.
Now, last year you sampled your headphones for us. Why don't we review the current year's model?
Yep.
But more than that, you've got big news to share as well. So why don't we start with the hardware? What are your latest offerings?
Well, Neil, last time we met, we were sort of journeying into the professional in-ear monitor space. So 2013 was an interesting year for us. We had a lot of growth, which was fantastic. And our in-ear monitors, along the way, we needed to tweak it a bit and really get it right for the market. We didn't want to release anything that just wasn't spot on. So what we actually did was we expanded the range. We took the opportunity to grow the hybrid sector within our in-ear monitor range, because the hybrid products have worked really well for us. The 78, this product here was something we released a couple of years ago, and
lift it up so they can see. Yes, go ahead.
This product's been a real flagship for us. It's exceeded all of our sales forecasts, and it's really been the product that has put us on the map. It's made with its dual driver arrangement with the dynamic and the hybrid, the dynamic and the balanced armature driver. So, playing on both speaker driver technologies. So, from there, our products go into what we call our professional range. So last year we released the 120, which is our entry into the in-ear monitors. This year we actually have re-engineered our 140. So the 140 is a hybrid product. It sits at a retail price of $350. Now, this product's unique. It has a single dynamic driver and two balanced armatures, so it's a three-way headphone at $350. And our in-ear monitors are designed for working musicians, people who are more obsessed about music than they are with gear, knowing that they're going to buy gear that's got a lot of thought put into it, and really designed for them. So the 140 is great because, and the 120 as well, they're good products because they have that dynamic driver there, and they have a bit more of a warmth in the bass. So we find that a lot of bass players and drummers are going towards this because they're really reliable and they have that awesome presence in the bottom end. So from there, we actually step up into full balanced armature products. So last year we had the 160, which is a triple driver. That's still on range. But this year we've actually released a quad driver. So the 180, which is 4 balanced armature drivers per side. And this thing sounds awesome. It's just got such a depth to the sound. It doesn't have a dynamic driver at the base, but it's okay because the detail across the whole spectrum is quite mind-blowing. So this is really a beautiful headphone. And it's got the removable cable, so it's really serviceable. And it's just everything about it sort of culminates. It's got our Cordura cable, so it's really designed for roadworthiness and all those sorts of things. Everything about Audiofly is kind of wrapped up in this product.
What's intriguing is your headsets aren't these big, like Princess Leia headphones. These are things that get inserted in the ear. Am I correct?
Well, these products are, yeah. I mean, Princess Leia headphones will come for us, and we're well down that path. But these products, as a musician, this is really what we wanted to do with Audiofly. Set out to create headphones that are for musicians. We create products we want to use ourselves, and that's really where it stops. So, and that philosophy goes right through from sound, right through industrial design, and so this is kind of, we wear our heart on our sleeve in terms of being a brand and our products.
Now, you have a really good story to tell. I mean, I think you've been around, is it only like 2 years, 3 years? How long has your company been out?
This is our third CES, and for any young company entering the headphone space, it's commercial suicide. The market's so crowded, but we felt our brand positioning was unique enough to give it a go, and it's really worked for us. People are accepting what we're doing, and it's nice to be known as a young headphone brand with a fresh approach.
Well, it goes even beyond that. I understand that you've got a new, we'll call him a backer, if you will. What's the latest?
Well, look, about 6 months ago, we got a call from a guy who's an artist who's really at the top of his game. he's widely known to be the #1 DJ in the world, and that's Tiesto. And so, Tiesto gave us a call, and he's like, guys, what are you doing? I'm looking at in-ears. I've been looking at all sorts of headphones, and I'm really interested in doing some in-ear stuff. And he'll tell you himself. You know, we spent the day together today, and he's had a look at a lot of different headphones, and he felt that Audiofly was a good fit for him and the way he wanted his music to be heard. So, you know, that's a great compliment for us, because we pride ourselves on actually listening to the sound of the products that we're creating that are very musical headphones, and that seems to have resonated really well with him. So it's a great wrap for us. We're so excited to work with him. He's an awesome guy. He's really into collaboration, and you know that you can see by the music he creates. He's collaborating with artists, and he's all about, you know, promoting creativity, and it's been a really awesome partnership with him.
It's amazing that he called you. You didn't reach out to him, am I correct?
Yeah, that's the story. I mean, look, you know, we're not going to say no, and like I said earlier, my philosophy is we leave no stone unturned with regards to opportunity. But you know, this is something that's worked out really well. We got together about 6 months ago, and we kind of just hit it off. He's a great guy, and we found there was a lot of things that were just worked. We had a lot of the same attitudes in terms of how we approach creativity, and as a musician, you know, there was just a lot of cool things there. Obviously not of his caliber myself, but he's an amazing talent, and yeah, we're just really happy to be part of that.
What do you think as a professional DJ, and when I say professional, I'm using that as a light term, because my understanding is he makes tens of millions of dollars a year doing this, going like this, but really well, apparently. I'm being facetious. Yeah. What do you think his unique needs were as a professional DJ that the other headphones weren't adding up to?
Look, you know, he's a talented person. You know, he hears music, he knows, he understands music, and what needs to be in music to create an emotional response. And at the end of the day, that's what music's about, right? You know, we get an emotional high from music. We all listen to music. There must be a need there that we all find something from it. And he, you know, Tiesto has a great ability to pull that together. You know, so he's an incredibly talented person, and where it was for him was he felt that our headphones were portraying his tracks in the right light. You know, so that's really what it's about for us.
Let me rephrase the question. Yeah. Was there a technical limitation from other products that he just, you know, like that your product just seemed to overcome for him?
Look, it's a hard one to answer. I can't speak on behalf of other brands and their design processes. You know, we do what we do, and we design our sound based on what we feel as musicians really works and does justice to music. And that, you know, someone said about a year ago about us is, you know, our products are very musical, right? So it's an interesting thing, because what's a musical product? What makes a headphone sound very musical? Does it have character? Does it have, you know, and at the end of the day, it comes down to driver design and EQ response and things like that. And I guess our approach to sound design is something that's resonated with him, you know, specifically. And there's a lot of great headphones out there, and yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, I remember when I first met your company years ago. You had an exhibit at CES, and of course I was introduced, and everyone was very excited about the sound that was coming out of the Audiofly headsets. Yes. And you must be just thrilled that this celebrity musician with all his talents called you, excited not just about you, your products, but your company as well, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. It's a good validation of what we're doing, and you know, as I say, we keep sort of getting the attitude from people that, you know, we're kind of a young brand that's got a fresh perspective on things, and that's really, it's nice to be validated in that. You know, we're super excited about the partnership and what's going on with this, and generally quite excited about what products we're going to be creating together. We're starting the relationship with 3 products. That go from sort of $30 to $60 to $150, and they're products that are that have caught his attention from our current range that we're kind of, we've sort of morphed into something that he really wanted to pull to the market. But yeah, the world's the next year is a pretty interesting year for him. He's got a lot on in terms of album releases and things. So his brand Club Life, which is what we're working on together, just has a lot of scope. It's a lifestyle brand. There's a lot of appeal there to for people to really get on board with an accessible lifestyle brand. So yeah, it's exciting to be part of that.
Excellent, excellent. So just one more question for you. I know you've got a whole range of products for almost every price point. Where can people learn more? Where can people buy your products?
Best place to go is Audiofly.com. And if you want to know specifically about Club Life, Audiofly.com/Club Life. And that's where you can sign up regarding the Tiesto products. And yeah, that's really where you need to go to get all the latest information.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us, Dave.
Neil, thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine. Congratulations. Looking forward to more success from Audiofly.
Thanks again. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at CES 2014. We will, of course, be back with more. Thank you for watching.